Have you ever wondered about the true measure of your remaining years once you reach your 70s? As we age, each passing year becomes increasingly valuable, and your body has already begun offering clues about your potential lifespan. While some septuagenarians remain vibrant, mentally sharp, and physically capable, others experience a noticeable decline, confronting health challenges and diminished energy. The distinction often lies in several crucial indicators, subtle yet powerful signals that offer glimpses into what lies ahead. Today, we're exploring 7 remarkable indicators that may reveal your longevity prospects after 70. These aren't random guesses or old wives' tales. They represent genuine patterns identified by healthcare professionals and researchers who study individuals enjoying extended, healthy lives. By the conclusion of our discussion, you'll understand precisely what to monitor in your own health and daily habits, and crucially, what actions you can take to enhance your chances of living both longer and healthier. Stay with me until the end. You might be overlooking minor details that could profoundly impact your future. Once you recognize these indicators, you'll gain clarity about your current status and potential adjustments needed to extend your lifespan. Let's begin our exploration. Hashtag indicator number 1. Your pace when walking. Surprisingly, one of the strongest predictors of longevity beyond age 70 isn't found in complex genetic testing, extensive medical history, or even nutritional choices. It's something far more fundamental: how quickly you walk. Research consistently demonstrates that seniors who maintain a steady, energetic walking pace into their 70s and beyond typically outlive those who show significant slowing. This connection exists because walking speed directly correlates with overall health, muscle condition, heart function, and cognitive performance. Consider 2 individuals, Joe and Frank, both 75 years old. Joe takes daily walks, maintains consistent tempo, and navigates street crossings and staircases without difficulty. His movements appear fluid, balanced, and self-assured. Frank, however, despite being active in earlier years, has noticeably slowed recently. He struggles to keep pace with companions, requires frequent rests, and occasionally feels unstable while walking. While Joe's stride suggests his body systems are functioning properly, Frank's diminished speed potentially signals deteriorating health. A sluggish, unsteady gait isn't merely an age-related change. It might indicate underlying concerns such as muscle deterioration, circulation problems, or early signs of neurological changes. Your legs form your physical foundation. When they begin weakening, your overall resilience diminishes as well. The encouraging news? Walking speed can be improved. Regular walking strengthens your body. If you notice yourself slowing down, don't dismiss it. Begin making modest efforts to build strength, whether through increased walking, using light weights, or performing basic leg exercises. After all, your literal pace through life can reveal much about how long you'll continue moving forward. Pay attention to your tempo. It might be the simplest way to assess your longevity potential. Hashtag indicator number 2, the strength of your grasp. Remarkably, your handshake might reveal more about your future than you realize. Studies show that grip strength stands as one of the clearest indicators of overall vitality in older adults. A firm, steady grasp suggests robust muscles, healthy circulation, and properly functioning neural pathways. Conversely, a weakening grip may signal early muscle loss, increasing frailty, and potentially higher risk for health complications. Consider Robert, a 78-year-old who has always taken pride in his firm handshake. He stays active, engages in light resistance training, and handles daily tasks like opening containers or carrying groceries without difficulty. Then there's Walter, also 78, who has begun noticing that simple activities like unscrewing bottle caps or holding heavy bags have become increasingly challenging. He attributes this to normal aging, not recognizing that his declining grip strength indicates muscle loss, which increases his vulnerability to falls, injuries, and potentially shorten life expectancy. Your hands mirror your overall muscular health. A weakening grip likely signals broader physical decline, and as muscle diminishes, maintaining independence, staying active, and remaining resilient becomes increasingly difficult. The good news? This can be reversed. Simple activities like squeezing stress balls, using hand strengtheners, or even carrying light weights can help maintain your grip and preserve muscle strength. Take a moment to assess your grip strength. If handshakes feel weaker than previously, or if everyday tasks are becoming more challenging, don't ignore these signs. How firmly you grasp object today might indicate how strongly you'll hold on to life in coming years. If you're finding these insights valuable, please comment too below to let me know you're engaged. If you haven't subscribed yet, consider subscribing and activating notifications so you won't miss future content. Now let's continue. Hashtag indicator number 3, single leg standing ability. Balance rarely commands attention until it begins deteriorating. But your ability to stand on one leg for at least 10 seconds represents one of the strongest predictors of longevity. Research indicates that individuals struggling with balance face higher risks of falls, injuries, and even cognitive decline. Conversely, those maintaining good balance well into their 70s and beyond typically enjoy longer, healthier lives. Imagine Carol and Nancy, both in their early 70s. Carol has remained consistently active, walking daily, practicing yoga, and easily lifting one foot off the ground for several seconds without wobbling. Nancy, however, hasn't focused on her balance over the years. When attempting to stand on one leg, she immediately begins tipping, requiring support to steady herself. What Nancy doesn't recognize is that this balance loss isn't merely inconvenient. It potentially signals declining coordination, muscle strength, and even brain function. Good balance requires strong legs, responsive nervous system, and healthy brain function. If you notice increased stumbling, unsteadiness during quick turns, or needing environmental support for stability, it's time for action. The positive news? Balance can improve. Basic exercises like briefly standing on one foot daily, practicing heel-to-toe walking, or engaging in gentle Tai Chi can help rebuild stability. Try this assessment now. Stand up and raise one foot. Can you maintain this position for 10 seconds without struggling? If not, don't panic. But don't dismiss it either. The more you develop balance today, the more stable and secure you'll remain in years ahead. Hashtag indicator number 4, sleep quality patterns. Your sleep patterns reveal significant information about potential longevity. Sleep isn't merely rest. It's when your body conducts repairs, strengthens immunity, and clears brain toxins. Research demonstrates that individuals over 70 who maintain consistent, high-quality sleep typically live longer, healthier lives, while those experiencing poor sleep face increased risks of memory problems, heart disease, and weakened immunity. Consider Henry and Bill, both in their mid-70s. Henry maintains consistent bedtime, sleeps approximately 7 hours nightly, and awakens feeling refreshed. Bill, however, experiences restless nights, tossing, frequently waking, and struggling to fall asleep. Over time, Henry's body continues functioning optimally. His mind remains sharp and energy levels stable. Bill, however, begins experiencing mental fogginess, daytime exhaustion, and even blood pressure changes, all connected to declining sleep quality. If you frequently wake during the night, struggle maintaining sleep, or feel exhausted despite adequate time in bed, don't dismiss these signs. Your body is communicating important information. Poor sleep can relate to various factors: stress, dietary choices, insufficient physical activity, or undiagnosed conditions like sleep apnea. The encouraging news? Sleep quality can improve. Simple adjustments, reducing screen exposure before bedtime, establishing consistent routines, getting morning sunlight, or avoiding heavy evening meals can significantly impact sleep quality. Sleep isn't merely about feeling rested. It's about maintaining optimal physical and mental function. Tonight, observe your sleep patterns. If you wake feeling tired, struggle maintaining sleep, or notice recent sleep changes, consider making adjustments. How well you rest today may determine how strong and healthy you remain in coming years. If these insights are proving valuable, please comment below to share your presence. If you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing and activating notifications to receive future content. Your support enables us to continue creating quality information to educate and inspire. Now, let's proceed. Hashtag indicator number 5, appetite and eating patterns. Your eating habits after age 70 strongly indicate potential longevity. A healthy appetite and balanced nutrition maintain physical strength, immune resilience, and consistent energy. Conversely, sudden appetite loss or poor dietary choices may signal underlying health issues and potentially accelerate aging. Consider Margaret and Susan, both 74 years old. Margaret enjoys meals, consumes diverse fresh whole foods, and maintains stable weight. She looks forward to meal preparation and maintains energy throughout the day. Susan, however, has noticed diminishing hunger. She skips meals, relies on processed options, and has unintentionally lost weight over the past year. What Susan doesn't realize is that her declining appetite isn't merely a minor change. It potentially signals that her body isn't properly absorbing nutrients, which could weaken muscles, slow metabolism, and compromise immunity. Decreased appetite in seniors often connect to underlying concerns, including digestive issues, hormonal changes, or early cognitive decline signs. When nutritional intake becomes insufficient, the body begins breaking down muscle, leading to weakness, frailty, and increased risk of falls and illness. If you've noticed appetite changes, whether feeling full prematurely, diminished food interest, or unexpected weight loss, taking action is crucial. Proper nutrition after 70 isn't merely about satisfying hunger. It's about providing necessary nutrients for proper bodily function. Focus on whole, nutrient-dense foods, stay hydrated, and don't ignore diminishing appetite. Your body may be signaling that something needs attention. Ask yourself, do you still enjoy meals? Are you consuming sufficient protein, fiber, and healthy fats to maintain strength? Or have you noticed declining appetite and energy? Today's eating habits directly impact how strong and independent you'll remain in coming years. Hashtag indicator number 6, stress management ability. Your stress handling capabilities after 70 reveal much about potential longevity. Chronic stress affects more than mood. It weakens immunity, increases heart disease risk, and accelerates aging. Conversely, individuals who effectively manage stress typically remain healthier, more active, and mentally sharper in advanced years. Consider John and Richard, both 76. John faces typical challenges, unexpected expenses, health concerns, family issues, but approaches them calmly and steadily. He practices deep breathing, maintains social connections, and doesn't dwell unnecessarily on problems. Richard, however, clings to stress. He constantly worries about uncontrollable circumstances, feels overwhelmed by minor frustrations, and often becomes trapped in negative thought patterns. Over time, this persistent stress affects Richard physically. His blood pressure increases, sleep quality deteriorates, and energy levels drop. Long-term stress triggers bodily inflammation, linked to nearly every major age-related condition from Alzheimer's to cardiovascular disease. If you frequently feel tense, irritable, or emotionally drained, don't ignore these signs. Finding stress management approaches, whether through mindfulness, exercise, deep breathing, or laughter, can potentially add years to your life. Ask yourself, when challenges arise, do you adapt and progress, or do you cling to worry, allowing stress to dominate? Your ability to remain calm, find solutions, and focus on controllable factors doesn't merely benefit mental health. It represents a key factor in determining both lifespan and quality of life. If you're finding these insights valuable, please comment 6 below to indicate your engagement. If you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing and activating notifications to receive future content. Your support enables us to continue creating quality information to educate and inspire. Now, let's continue. Hashtag indicator number 7, social relationship quality. The strength of your interpersonal connections represents one of the clearest longevity indicators after age 70. Research consistently shows that individuals with strong social networks, through friendships, family, or community involvement, typically enjoy longer, healthier lives. Loneliness, conversely, correlates with increased risks of heart disease, depression, cognitive decline, and even premature mortality. Consider Eleanor and Barbara, both 78. Eleanor maintains an active social life, staying connected with longtime friends, participating in a local book group, and enjoying family time. She anticipates conversations, laughs frequently, and feels connected to those around her. Barbara, however, spends most time alone. She's lost touch with many friends over the years, and though she has family, rarely reaches out. As months pass, she feels increasingly isolated. Her mood declines and overall health begins suffering. Human connection provides more than emotional support. It directly influences physical health. Social interaction keeps your brain active, reduces stress, and triggers biochemicals promoting overall wellness. If you've noticed yourself withdrawing from social activities, avoiding communication, or spending increased time alone, consider making changes. Maintaining connections doesn't require constant companionship. Even modest efforts, contacting old friends, joining interest-based groups, or establishing habits of meaningful conversation, can significantly impact health and longevity. The relationships you nurture today don't merely bring happiness. They help ensure you remain healthier and live longer in coming years. Hashtag Final Reflections. Now that you understand these 7 indicators, take a moment for self-assessment. Are you moving through life with strength and confidence, or have you noticed subtle changes that might signal potential concerns? The encouraging news is that most factors, walking speed, grip strength, balance, sleep quality, eating habits, stress management, and social connections, can improve with attention. Your future isn't predetermined, and today's choices can powerfully impact your remaining years. If you've identified areas needing improvement, don't wait for professional advice before making changes. Begin now. Increase walking, strengthen muscles, prioritize quality sleep, maintain social connections, and develop stress management techniques. The goal extends beyond simply living longer. It's about living better. After all, longevity isn't merely about quantity of remaining years, but quality of experience during those years. Thank you for joining this discussion. We welcome your thoughts. Please comment below sharing one insight gained today and how you plan to apply it. Your perspectives matter to us, so please share freely. Reading your comments provides tremendous motivation and encouragement. If you found this content helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support enables us to continue creating quality information to educate and inspire. Thank you for your attention, and we look forward to connecting in future discussions.